Okie dokie. Hi, everyone. Today, by request, we are going to be doing a 30-minute sequence that moves towards crow pose, which is the one that looks like this. All right, so like always, you don't have to get all the way there. We'll do lots of things that move up towards that, and you stop when it feels like it's too much. All right? Let's start lying on your back. Nothing necessary for today. You can have some blankets or something if that feels good to have under your head, but no props necessary unless you want that. All right. And let's start by hugging the knees in towards your chest and just rocking from side to side. Feeling a nice little squeeze at the front of the hips, maybe a stretch for the low back, a little massage for the back of your pelvis as you rock from side to side. Good, and then pause in your center. Keep the knees in towards the chest. Open your arms out wide and roll the knees over to one side so you're taking a twist. If the opposite shoulder lifts off of the floor, that's okay. You just go as far as is available for you. This one is my literally everyday pose while teaching online so much. This is the one that feels the best for me. Good. Hold here for a few more breaths. Just letting both of your shoulders relax towards the floor. Taking deep breaths. Good. And then roll your knees back up to center and over to the second side. Oh, maybe it feels the same, or maybe you always sit in your chair in one way, and so this stretch feels totally different on the other side. Or maybe you're always holding your siblings. I know a lot of us have babies in the house, and they're heavy. Go ahead, a few more breaths. All right, and bring your knees back up to center. Go ahead and place your feet down to the floor. Let's bring our arms down by our sides, palms pressing down into the floor. Push down into your feet and start to lift your bum up off of the floor, then your low back, then your mid back, into a bridge pose. Your chin tucks in towards the chest. Push your feet down into the floor here. So you're not just kind of doing whatever, you're pushing your feet strongly down. Good, and then roll yourself back down. The back goes down, the low back, then the bum drops to the floor. Let's roll through a few times, lifting up and down, pushing the floor down into the floor with your hands, with your feet. And down. 2 more like that. Lift up and down. And up and down. Good. All right. Roll your knees in towards your chest one more time. Your arms stay down on the floor, palms pressing down. And then try and hug your knees in towards your chest just with the muscles of your belly. And then can you try and lift your bum up off of the floor? And then let it go down without your head lifting off of the floor. So it's like a reverse sit-up. You're lifting your whole bum and low back off of the floor and down. These are hard for me. Let's do 10. 10. Keep your head on the floor. 9. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Trying to use control, not just dropping down. 3. 2, and 1. Good. Put your feet back down to the floor. Let's reach the arms up towards the ceiling and interlace your hands, fingers together, and then press your palms up towards the sky. And then keep the palms moving away from you as you reach your arms back behind you. Your pinky fingers might touch the floor. Feel this nice stretch through the armpits wherever you are. Reaching, pushing the hands away. Good. And bring your arms up and release them down by your sides. We're going to hug the knees in towards the chest again, and you can this time hold on to the shins. And let's start to get a little like rolling like a ball action. So try and keep your chin tucked in towards your chest as you roll up and down. Keep going, chin stays tucked in. A few more times. 1, 2. On the last one that you come up, cross your shins and come to all fours. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Let's find a cat-cow. Inhaling to lift your bum up, your head up. Exhaling to round. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come to a flat back, a tabletop position. Tuck your toes and lift your knees 1 inch off of the floor. You can't see because my pants are too big, but my knees are just floating off of the floor, and hold here. Push the floor away so you're not collapsing down into your arms. You're really trying to push the floor away. Keep holding. You can do it. I'm starting to shake. Can your belly engage a little bit more? 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Good. If it feels good, bend one knee and then the other, just pedaling the legs out. Ooh. Good. We've been working on really trying to find the length through the spine here, so it's not a rounded back. We're trying to reach the hips back, 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 even if that means bending the knees. All right? Okay. On an inhale, reach your right leg back and up. You can come into a split. I'm just going to come up about parallel to the floor. On an exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Try and touch your knee with your nose. Inhale, reach the leg back and up. Exhale, tuck the knee in. This time, round the back a lot to get there. Few more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Hold. And then can you step that foot in between your hands to come to a lunge? Good. Lift your heart forwards. Press the back heel back behind you. Be here pushing the floor down with your feet so we're not just relaxing down. I'm pushing the floor. Good. Can you reach your arms back behind you? Reach the arms out wide. Reach the arms over your head, pressing the fingertips towards the wall in front of you. Good. And then take that left hand. If your right foot is forward, left hand comes down. And then open the right arm towards the ceiling. Take a twist. Breathe. Good. Bring that right arm down. And then turn towards me, probably. Spin the back heel down towards the floor. This is a little bit tricky. You can stay up here, or maybe drop your hips down and take a moment right here. You can place your hands in front of your heart. How's this? Hopefully okay. This might be a lot, so you might be still up here. That'd be fine. Either way, you are going to go to the second side. Crawl your hands over to the second side like a spider. Here we go. That's pretty Halloween-y. Okay, so either your bum is up and you're crawling your hands from side to side, or you're staying down low. If it's okay to do that, you're keeping your hands out of it and just going from side to side. Getting our hips nice and warm. Good. Last one, side. When your right knee is bent again, turn towards that front foot. Hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's come forwards to plank, warming those arms up a little bit more. Bend your elbows lower down. Inhale to a baby cobra, heart lifts forwards. Exhale, release your nose to the floor and press yourself up to plank and press back, downward facing dog. You keep going. Breathe in, downward dog. Good. All right, second side. Inhale your left leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale round. 3 more. On the last one, hug that knee in, hold. And then try and step your foot in between your hands. Good. Push the floor down with both of your feet in a lunge. You're lifting your heart forward so the spine starts to lengthen out. Good. With your legs super strong, reach the arms back behind you. Reach the arms out wide in a T position. And then they come forwards. Right hand down, left arm up, take a twist. Breathe here. Good. I'm going to have to turn my back to you so you know what to do. Take your left arm down, spin your back heel down to the floor, and we're doing those spider walks from side to side. Warming up the hips still. When your left knee is bent again, turn towards that left foot, both hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, bend the elbows lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or baby cobra that I'm doing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. All right. Walk your feet forwards and hang over your legs. So a forward fold. The knees can really bend here. That would be fine. Otherwise, maybe you catch your elbows and let your head hang down towards the arms. You can sway from side to side. Good. All right. So you might want to pause for a second so you can see what I'm doing. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hands down to the floor and you're going to walk in towards your hands as close as you can. That might mean that your knees are really bent. That would be okay. And then I walk in, and I try and get my knees into my armpits. And then I shift my weight forwards to my hands. And this is a really good place to be. All right? You might put a pillow in front of you just in case. All right? But let's just try putting weight in our hands with our elbow or our knees towards our elbows. Lift your bum up. Try and stand on your tippy toes. Shift your weight forwards. Put your knees in your armpits. And just let some weight be on your hands. You don't have to lift your feet up or anything. Make sure your elbows are pretty much pointing back towards the back of your mat. They're not way out wide because that'll be really hard to control. All right? Like to take a rest for a second. You can just sit on your bum or just sit in this little squat and circle out your wrists. And circle the other way. Okay, let's try lifting one toe up one foot off of the floor. All right. So you could try coming up from up high again, or you can be down here in a squat, and then I tuck my knees into my armpits, and then I come up onto my tippy toes, shift weight into my hands, and try and lift just one foot up off of the floor. Squeeze, I'll try the other foot. Squeeze that heel towards your bum as much as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Push the floor away with your hands. And foot down, relax. Oh, you can sit on your bum, shake it out. We have another side to do. All right, come on up. Come into this armpit balance any way you want to, and try and lift the other heel up off of the floor, other toes, squeezing your heel towards your bum. Push the floor away. Look slightly forward, so not in between your hands, but in front of you a little bit. And relax, 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 relax. We're going to do one more time, because why not? Try to take the toes up off of the floor. So if you want to see what happens, here's what happens often for people, is they get so excited about lifting their heels off that they look kind of backwards, and then boom, that's a somersault. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and look towards the front of your mat. And then maybe you lift one toe off, maybe you lift the other toes off, but you're looking forwards. All right? Shall we try it? You get to come in and out as many times as you want. Maybe you just touch the pose for a second and then come out of it, and that's enough. I'm going to try it 3 times. Here I go. Ooh, last one. Good. And relax. Very nice. Let's take a moment to place the feet in front of you. Scoot your feet so that they're touching the top of your mat. Place your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards the heels, and lift your bum up off of the floor. Oh, that feels good for the shoulders and the hips. Let's go in and out a few times, lowering and lifting. All right. With your hips down on the floor, reach your arms forwards, and then round through your back and lower yourself down to the floor. Oh, you've made it back to the floor. Let's cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and you'll roll that leg in, the left leg. There's that hole in between your two legs. You're going to place your hand in between to catch the back of the left leg. And this is called a figure 4. Let me show from another angle so you can see it. Figure 4. All right. If your head's not resting on the floor comfortably, you can add a pillow under the back of your head. And you're breathing, and you're letting your face relax, and your tongue relax. When I get stressed, my tongue kind of presses towards the roof of my mouth. And when I relax my face, that helps me calm down. Okay, release the left foot to the floor, the right foot. Let's switch sides. Left ankle comes over the right thigh. You roll the knees in and catch behind the back of the right leg. Breathing. And you'll release out. You can squeeze your knees in towards your chest again if that felt good. Or if you want to take a happy baby, you draw your knees out to the side, your arms go inside of your legs, and then wrap around the outer edges of your feet. And you can rock from side to side. Your hips are super warm after all those hip poses today, so this should feel good. And if it doesn't, don't do it. All right, and then release your legs. And let's extend the legs on the floor. Let your arms relax by your sides. And we're taking this Shavasana, which translates as corpse pose. So it's a time for you to do nothing. You relax the body. Don't have to worry about doing anything correctly. You're doing this perfectly, just as you are. Feel what happened in that practice for your body. Does the body feel alive? Does it feel tired? What is your breath doing? Are you still trying to catch your breath after working really hard? Or are you starting to take deep, long breaths? And then wiggle your fingers and your toes. And bend your knees to roll to your side. And press yourself up. Let's sit crisscross for a moment. You can close your eyes, and it's nice to end a practice with a moment of gratitude, so something that you're thankful for. So perhaps for this last moment, just think of something that you can be thankful for today. And again, as always, I'm thankful for you, for doing yoga practice with me, and for being the wonderful people that you are. So thank you. I hope you have a great night.